Hello and welcome to Beauty by Jen. I hope you guys are having an awesome day wherever you are in the world, day or night. Let's get into some interesting topics. Welcome back to Beauty by Jen. I hope everyone's enjoying this holiday season, whether you're into the festivities or simply taking it easy. Now, there's this fascinating thing I stumbled upon involving Sloan Bella, a professional psychic medium who accurately predicted Sean Puffy Combs' current situation 6 months ago. Her track record with predictions has been quite impressive. But wait, have you heard about a YouTuber from the Master's Voice Prophecy blog? There's a video linked in the description box that discusses Bishop T.D. Jakes in a way that eerily aligns with his current events, uploaded a year ago by a woman who identifies as a prophetess of God. I know titles like psychic or prophetess can make us skeptical, but both these women have been surprisingly accurate. Sloan's predictions about Sean Combs have already come true, and the prophetess of God's foresight seem to be unfolding. Of course, everything in the video is alleged, so forming your own judgment is key. Still, I encourage you to check out their channels and show some support. The details are all in the description box. I've excerpted a portion of the Master's Voice Prophecy blog, but the entire video is truly intriguing. So sit back, relax, and take a look at this small snippet. Enjoy!
Here we are, the fourth indictment, title of the prophecy, T.D. Jakes and the Fivefold Ministry. When I woke up today, I heard the Lord said that you will make that video today, the one about T.D. Jakes. That man is going to die in scandal, and I will have no further mercy on him. He is going to die fighting scandals. And God has been saying this for a period of days. I have been hearing it. You have not made the video. Make the video. And so I am making this video today before the sun sets. Because one of the rules of carrying God's prophetic words is that if you keep them too long, they will burn you. They will burn you. You will get no peace until you let them out. Because until a proclamation is made, God cannot judge a person. You're holding on to a judgment word for somebody. God has told you about that girl who is your friend, to give her a warning, and you're standing there. I think she'll get offended. Lord, I'm waiting for the right time. And then a bus hits her. Ezekiel 33. When I give you a word to warn the unrighteous in his sin, and you do not sound the warning, and the unrighteous is taken away in his sin, he is taken away, but his blood I will require of you. And so I took the time. I am taking this moment to bring this word out, because this word is sitting on my head like a boiling pot, and it must come out. He will die in legal battles, and he will be fighting for the last shreds of his reputation. God says he's going to shame this man. He's just been saying these things, and I've been thinking, Lord, I will make the video. I will expose the details of his sexual infidelity to his wife, his children, and the whole world. He has been grossly unfaithful to me. Gross unfaithfulness of the kind I can no longer forgive. I take my hand off him and I reject him just like Saul. He will go down in a wave of scandals and impropriety that will rock his church to the foundations. He is a pedophile, and he is gay. He is homosexual, and he is not interested in women. I will expose the scandals with boys and youths, and I will bring out all the details so that people can know who their beloved bishop really is. Celestial, there is a difference between a boy and a youth. A boy is too small to understand or even give sexual consent. You should never touch a boy sexually. It is not his time. A boy is to be pure and set apart for his day of covenant to his wife. Parents, there's gold for you here. There's gold for you, allowing your 8 and 12-year-olds, he's such a mature boy for his age, to watch the same programs that you are watching. And I'm not even going to question why you are watching those programs and claiming that you are Christian. When you touch a boy, you anger me because I hold children special. I see them as protected zones. Parents are supposed to watch over the young, and even animals in the field know this. A youth is different. A youth is one who is older, and he is aware of his sexuality. But youths should also be protected. Youths should also stay pure. Young men, there is gold for you here. You think that you are practicing safety when you wrap it up. God has a brand new standard for you. His standard is zip it up, because he does not want to have to come and thrash you with judgment for being sexually immoral and impure in your generation. God says that coercing young people, in this case, young men, which is what this man does, he says coercing them and enticing them by giving them access to come close to the fame, the money, or giving them the false promises that you'll be a father figure to them, or giving them gifts to make it easier to groom them. These are all things that Bishop Eddie Long was guilty of. These are all things that were exposed on that man. And that is why he ate the bitter pill that he had to. Public scandal until the day he left this earth. God says that Bishop Jakes has been with both boys and youths, and all of this is going to come out. He will be exposed and his entire empire will collapse. He didn't love me. He did not set his love upon me. He did not fix himself to be faithful to me. And so I have abandoned him, and soon the wolves will come. One of those top wolves have got to be the press. I shared recently that on the prayer call, God said, big networks like CNN, who are known for persecuting righteous people. CNN never wants to celebrate any good. They will always go after the righteous and make them look like fools. But God said, because the time has come where he will tear down the unrighteous, CNN is going to have a field day pretending to be a network that cares about upholding good things. And God says they're going to turn their little Star Trek lasers on all the falling stars and shoot them to pieces in the press, as if that's what they usually do, as if they usually shoot at corruption instead of hiding it and making excuses for it. So he said the wolves will soon come. They will accuse him. They will tear his clothes from on him until he's naked in front of everyone. And as I was hearing this prophecy, God made that sizable man stark naked in front of me. They will see his great shame, and they will be revolted by who has been teaching them, leading them, and laying hands on them all along. I will stop here for a moment to point out that God says, your pastor is a fornicator out there. You probably don't know if you have no discernment. You're sitting there and you love this man like your own father, and yet he's not faithful to his wife. He's sleeping with Deacon Franks, or he's sleeping with Deaconess Franks if he's not bent that way. And then afterwards he will say, I just feel the movement of the Spirit, and I just want to lay my hands on you. And God says when a fornicator lays his hands on you, that is individually laying his hands and blessing his flock. As shepherds do, they call their sheep and they put oil on the sheep's head and they pick out all the lice and the ticks and they take care of their sheep. So when this man who has an impure sexual life lays his hands on you, or even if he says, let's rise and share the benediction, church, and he raises his hands on top of you, and God says when this man begins to impart over you, you collectively or you just in a one-on-one session, God says that you will end up receiving spirits that make you a bigger fornicator than the fornicator himself. Be careful. The Bible says lay hands suddenly on no man